Back on to making the bed. So, after much trial and error...
and broken router bits.
Yes, well, that was the error. I have a much shorter router bit than I started off with after hitting the fence here twice.
And a nail once.
And a nail once. And having to resharpen the thing multiple times. But there's now a stop here, and actually there's this arm can flex. You can't really see it so much, but it does flex a little bit if you push on it. So I've now got this supported, this end and that end, and now that's pretty sturdy, and with it supported pretty close to the middle here. And it means that I've now got my travel restricted here, but the tape on here works really well. I come across 10mm at a time, so I run it across, so I've got my stop set here, and we're getting a fairly good finish. And that one, yeah, we can just clean them up. That one's a bit dodge. Well, it's not too bad. Anyway, but we've just done this one. I think I'm getting better as it goes. In fact, I definitely am. I think part of the reason we've got this sort of stuff here was that I was leaning on that too far, and it was cutting into it. Just cutting down a bit lower when I pushed. But I'm getting more and more on top of the process, and we've got a bit of a... Oh, nearly caught the yawn. She was showing her enthusiasm. So I'll set this up, and it's taking 20 minutes to... I just did this one, both ends, and it took 10 minutes, 20 minutes an end, but this is not the final dimension because I don't have enough travel on the router to get there in one go. So I'm ripping these down. It's got to come down to 19. I'm not quite sure what that is, but it's not 19. That's 19. So I'll do both ends of this down to that same point, and to get the height of this, we had to drop the... There's a lot of degrees of freedom on this table, and I'm finding my way around it. But these rules that were there originally, but I've replaced, very useful, and so just it's a matter of getting your head around the way to go about doing it. You know, you just got to just try it a bit. But now with all my stops in place and those extra bracings, I think we've got a bit of a system, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
So I'll set this up and probably do a bit of speed up video.
Time lapse, that's the word.
It's not time lapse, it's sped up. Time lapse is when you have stops. Ding, 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 ding. This is just fast. Anyway, all right, I'll set it up.
This end is the one button.
Righto?
Yep.
25. So you need one more click. Well, apart from some little breakouts, these are all done. I mean, I haven't even cleaned them up, but we're all the joints are done. I'll have to buff them a little bit with sanding disc, I think, because they're not perfect. But I have to say that this sled did its job pretty well. Toward the end, tracking down the sizes on them, I started using, you've got the stops that you can, on the router to set the depth. And when I was trying to get the correct depth, I suddenly twigged that I could use a feeler gauge to set a height above the stop. And you know, if I had to take a millimetre off, just put a 1/2 mil feeler gauge in, set it, and then drop it down, and I was able to get the size pretty good. But this timber is, you know, it's old, and it was twisted. So sitting it on the table, it did twist. So these aren't perfect, but yeah, with a sanding disc, I think on a angle grinder, we'll get them absolutely fine. There were some breakouts and things, but this is an old, well, that won't be seen because this is going through the middle. So we've got these, when I say we, Melissa, got these nice sawhorses with vice on them. They're not bad at all. So these are now, the next bit is to make the mortises, and that's all down to Melissa. So once we get those mortises in for the main bed, of course on these cross pieces here, on this side, or one of the sides, I think it's this side, we're going to do it anyway. We've worked it all out. We need to put in all of the mortises for these. We're just going to go 10 mil deep. So when we've got that all done, it should go together pretty quickly. So next stage, we put together, we do all the mortising, and yeah, I think with this I might put these style feet onto that. It worked well enough to justify it, and I think it'll you know, slide a little bit better. I'll just use some angle iron. I'll cut these off shorter, they don't have to be that long, and just have the feet coming out from there. And I do think that the real secret was when I started putting stops everywhere and actually supports to stop any flex in the bars that slid in, or slides in. So I anticipate that that'll be a very useful tool. Anyway, that'll do for this one.